One of these smartphones is the newest and largest Windows Phone 8 device on the market. The other is a stalwart of the Android space that needs no introduction. Comparing them might be impractical, but we're going to give it a try anyway. I'm Michael Fisher, this is Pocketnow, and this is Samsung ATIV S versus Samsung Galaxy S3. Normally, our comparison videos spend some time focusing on comparing specs, app launch times, benchmarks, and so forth. With a video like this, that's impractical, though. The ATIV S runs Windows Phone 8, and the Galaxy S3 runs Android. And if you're hoping to see a fight between these two OSs, tune out now. That's not what we're doing. The platform differences are extreme, and if you're a prospective buyer, you've already given thought to which ecosystem you're signing up for. That said, there are hardware similarities here we can't ignore. So many that the ATIV S's unofficial nickname around these parts is the Galaxy S3 with Windows Phone. So for those few people still vacillating between Windows Phone and Android, or those just curious about how different or alike these devices really are, let's get a little nerdy and quickly, informally compare them in the three areas we can: build, display, and camera. In the metrics that matter, these devices are about as close to identical as you can get. The Verizon Galaxy S3 weighs in at 133 grams and measures 8.6 millimeters thick, while the ATIV S comes in at 135 grams and 8.7 millimeters. By themselves, those disparities are imperceptible, but the slight design differences in these chassis mean the phones are distinguishable in the hand. The Galaxy S3, with its pebble-like, more rounded corners, feels less substantial, and its hyperglaze-coated battery door is very slick. The ATIV S is still more slippery than most phones, but the coating on its faux aluminum battery door feels almost semi-gloss instead of polished. Up front, the displays on both phones are covered by Gorilla Glass 2. Button feedback on each device is identical, except for the home key, which is much less mushy on the ATIV S than the S3. Despite these and other minor differences, like the Galaxy S3's big notification light and the higher placement of the power standby key on the ATIV S, the feel in hand is very similar on these devices, and aesthetic concerns are likely going to be the ones to dictate which one you prefer. Under that Gorilla Glass 2 protective layer sits an identical panel on each device, a 4.8-inch Super AMOLED display at 720 by 1280 resolution. This is one of the most concrete examples of the differences, or lack thereof, between these two devices. While the disparate interfaces make these screens look different under certain conditions, and the ATIV S's less granular brightness controls mean it always features the brighter screen, hopping into a browser session with some test patterns reveals that these displays are indeed a perfect match in color display and gradients. From the highly saturated colors to the deep blacks common to AMOLED, these screens are one and the same. That holds true for the camera hardware as well. Other news sources have said that these devices use the same optics for their primary shooters, and that looks to be all but confirmed in our brief testing. Of course, you'll get more customization options with the wider array of photo editing software available on the Google Play Store, but that's a gulf that Windows Phone will hopefully close over time. From a stock perspective, though, the Galaxy S3's camera comes with much more utility, bundling in features like Burst Shot, HDR, Smile Shot, and so forth. All features unavailable or requiring a third-party app on Windows Phone. So despite the identical hardware, the Galaxy S3 still comes out on top in the camera department. Taking the OS platforms out of the equation, these are indeed very similar devices, with their primary differentiators lying principally in their aesthetics. If you're on the fence between Windows Phone and Android, there's not much here in the physical world to make your choice easier between these two devices. The tiebreaker will have to take place in the virtual world of software. We've got a whole lot more on the ATIV S over at Pocketnow.com, including an unboxing and hardware tour, a comparison with the Lumia 920, and, of course, the full review. We also discuss the ATIV S in depth on the Pocketnow Weekly podcast, and Jaime Rivera covers it almost every day on the Pocketnow Daily. Make sure and follow us on Twitter so you don't miss any of that. Pocketnow Tweets is the official account. You can follow me. I'm at Captain Two Phones if you want to do that. And throw us a like here on YouTube if you like the video. Leave us a comment at Pocketnow if you have something to say. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.